Now, let's look at where power becomes motion. The powertrain. Every gear here, every bearing and shaft determine how fast your car can accelerate and how quickly it can go. So if you get it right, the car will flow smoothly through the track. But if you get it wrong, you might burn your components and your car will drag out of every corner. First, let's look at the motor. This is the engine of your car. It creates the torque, that twisting force that starts everything moving. Next, let's look at the gears. The small gear attached to the engine is the pinion. The larger one connects to it, and that's the spur gear. These drive the car together and determine the gear ratio. Essentially, how much the motor has to turn for the wheel to turn once. You can have a low gear ratio, which is essentially means a smaller pinion with a larger spur. This will generate a lot of acceleration for the car, but then this will also mean that its top speed will not be as high as if you had a higher gear ratio. This means that the pinion will be bigger and the spur smaller. So it's a trade-off. You have to think about what you want for your car. Think about it this way. If you have a pinion that has 30 teeth and a spur gear that has 90, the motor will have to turn 3 times for the wheel to turn once. So that's a 3-to-1 gear ratio, which will give off great acceleration and a very quick start for your car. Then, if you switch out that same spur gear for one that has 45 teeth, the gear ratio will switch to 1 to 1.5. This means that the car will have a much higher top speed, but its acceleration will be worsened. So you really have to think about the balance and what the track demands out of your car. If you wanted to accelerate quickly and get out of corners in a very smooth way, you will have a high gear ratio. But if you want the opposite and the track has a very long straight and you want it to go as fast as it can, you want to do a gear ratio that will optimize this. But you need to also be careful and create a balance, because if you have a very high gear ratio, your motor might burn out. So it's always a trade-off about power and control. And you need to think about this when tuning the car. Companies spend hours tuning these cars so that eventually the car reaches its best state for each track. So when you're tuning it, think about the demands that each track requires. Think about how you're going to balance the car so that the motor doesn't burn out. Because small changes here can determine who will cross the line first. Now, in the next episode, we'll be opening up the components and looking at the electronics, essentially how the car is controlled and managed.